I've been waiting to play the full game of Demonschool since I played the demo back in June of 2024. It took a while to get the game out and in my hands, and of course it came out at an incredibly busy time for me gaming and life-wise, but I have now played the game and almost 100%ed it. That darn three-way combo punch achievement is the one thing standing in my way. Demonschool is at its best with its creatively designed characters, puzzle-like battles, and fun writing. I found myself continuing to press on through the game because the momentum of the game's plot and gameplay kept me hooked. Demonschool is a tactical RPG developed by Necrosoft Games and published by, dear lord, I'm not sure how to pronounce this, Ysbryd Games. While the game evokes and follows some formula guidance from the Persona series, I found two other games that I think compare more strongly to the experience of Demonschool on the gameplay side of things, those being Valkyria Chronicles and Into the Breach. Neither is a perfect comparison, but with those as the basis, I think it is easier to describe what the experience of Demonschool is without giving false expectations. The game first featured with a demo at LudoNarraCon in 2023, but the release year was pushed back several times until finally a release date was announced for September 3rd, 2025. Just so long as a big release doesn't happen right around the same time, I'm sure it'll be... So, unsurprisingly, the game was delayed for a new release date of November 19th, 2025. Demonschool is available on PC, Mac, Linux, PS4, PS5, Switch, Xbox One, and the Xbox Series. Reviews for the game have been overall positive, with a very positive rating on Steam and a lot of 8s and 7s from reviewers. The game also sold pretty well, reaching the bronze level for November releases on Steam. Most of the praise for the game has gone to the art direction and gameplay, with critique going more towards the writing and repetitiveness of the gameplay loop. While I acknowledge those critiques as fair, I'll talk more about why I still had a great time with the game, starting with the story. In Demonschool, you play as Faye, a young woman who comes from a long line of demon hunters who was enrolled at university on Hemsk Island in the fall of 1999. The reason she is there, though, is not so much for the schooling, but to prevent the apocalypse. When Y2K hits, an ancient prophecy indicates that the demons will invade our world to take it over, and Faye aims to stop it. The issue, though, is that the demons keep stealing everyone's memories, and it is very hard to fight something you don't remember is there. Those with demon hunter ancestry, though, are resistant to this effect, so Faye gathers up a group of misfits to join her in her efforts to beat back the demon invasion. Will they be able to keep things together long enough for them to figure out how to stop the apocalypse? Play to find out. Demonschool is a game with some solid world building, and the character concepts are great. Faye is an aggressive protagonist who really drives forward the plot, and the first few characters who join the party are plenty memorable and fun to interact with. The issues that people have taken with the writing then are twofold from what I've seen. One, that the game doesn't dive deeper into the characters through the narrative and social events, and two, that the cast is bloated. You have 15 recruitable characters alongside Faye, and they don't all get a chance to shine. They do have incredible design, so I understand that cutting them out would have seemed a waste, but the game definitely could have benefited from narrowing the focus to a smaller group. That is also why I think they couldn't dive deeper into the characters without making the game overly long. That being said, I enjoyed the way that the characters were portrayed because while they had certain interests and gimmicks, there was substance beyond that for each of them when you got to know them. You got that from the character events, and the bonds they grow are real and believable. I saw how this party became a friend group much like I'd experienced myself in college and seen for others as well. The heart of the care they had for each other was at the core of the experience. Also, the script was funny with plenty of referential humor and character antics to experience. This extended even to the NPCs of the game. Demonschool is one of the few RPGs, along with Falcom games, that I talked to every NPC for, and I think my experience was richer for it. The actual gameplay loop itself starts with the way the calendar works. Each day there are 3 segments of the day: morning, noon, and night. There will be a specific main story quest to follow, but otherwise during that time you can spend it going around talking to NPCs, doing bonding mini-games with party members, completing side quests, and other random interactions. You can do all of those before continuing with the main quest though, so there are no restrictions on what you can do so long as it is available to do. I can sing karaoke with Namiko during the same morning I cook with Newt. This mechanic takes a lot of the pressure of the social sim side of things off. You will be able to max out your bonds with each party member during the playthrough so long as you dedicate the time to do so. Those mini games, by the way, are karaoke, cooking, rock, paper, scissors, and guess the face, where you are given a shadow of a character's pose and you have to guess what emotion they're feeling based on that pose. Easy to pick up and you can try until you succeed. Demonschool focuses a lot on making failure easy to push through, even in its mini games. Also, there is a fishing minigame that is its own little side quest. The side quests in general are fun diversions that allow Faye and the crew to show they are far from the only weirdos on the island. Most of them involve interacting with townspeople and solving their problems by punching demons, because demons are usually the issue. Most of the main story quests of each time of the day also include punching demons as the solution, so let's talk more about that punching of the demons, aka the battles. In the battles, you are taken to a liminal space between the human and demon worlds to do battle on a grid. You will take a party of usually 4 characters into battle and your enemies will be arrayed before you. Here is where the Into the Breach comparisons start coming into play. You know exactly what the enemies will be doing, or at the very least can reasonably guess based on checking out their profiles or seeing the visual clues on the battlefield. The first stage of battle is the planning of it, where you move around and act as your characters. See a move that doesn't work how you wanted, or see a better one? You can rewind the actions because right now you are just planning things out. For those who have played Transistor, there are some similarities to that, except in turn-based form instead of action. You have a limited pool of action points, and once you run out, that's it. You can't move or act any more that turn. That's where the Valkyria Chronicles comparison kicks in. The first time you use a character, it costs 1 action point, then 2, then 3, and you get the picture. The game forces you to utilize all the characters in your party because just using one overpowered unit is too expensive action point wise, especially if you want to score the best possible score for the battle. Yes, this is school, so it is graded, and those grades are dependent on hitting the turn limit. You will need to get a character to the other side of the area to seal the portal the demons are coming through, and that seal will only work after you have defeated a certain number of enemies. If you do that within the turn limit and without losing an ally, then you get full marks. But just remember kids, C's get degrees. It's fun to test out how you can get to the best mark, and I'll admit I restarted battles several times in order to get that desired mark. But I also hit the point on a couple battles where I said, you know what, I beat the enemy and that's good enough. I'm taking my B or C. The characters have plenty of unique attributes to make choosing your party a big part of the strategy for fights, and I especially love the ways that movement and synergies are handled. You have your standard movement, but you can also do quick side steps to get into position, and certain characters have distinct movement styles that will bring out some new strategies you can test out, and when 2 allies are surrounding enemies, you can pull off combo moves to get that extra oomph. Setting the enemies up and knocking them down is a huge part of why this battle system feels so good to play. The battles are so quick it is easy to use the rewind and restart options without feeling like I've wasted my time, and that's where I feel the puzzle aspect comes in, since I'm trying to work out what the optimal solution is with the tools at my disposal, and I have all the information that is necessary to do so. I just need to put it into action and see how things play out, especially when it comes to the reinforcements that happen each turn for the demon side of things. I will caution not to focus on just killing all of the enemies on the field. Sometimes it is just better to kill the necessary number and seal the portal, and the rest will take care of itself. The enemies have very specific patterns, and the game gradually introduces new enemies that bring new mechanics you'll need to adjust to. Maybe they'll be able to stun you or give the burn status effect. I liked the difficulty progression as it allowed me to adjust well to each new twist brought to the system. Since our party members don't level up and your only improvements are your own strategies and the 2 abilities you can add to each character, the focus remains on strategy and not on grinding up or luck. That's where the regular battles are so well tuned and enjoyable. The bosses, though, don't always share the same mentality. I say this because the boss battles introduce more luck-based elements, and I think that is a disservice to the system. I know it was to make the bosses harder than the standard battles, but it was a bit of a disappointment. This doesn't apply to all the bosses, but a few of them had those mechanics, and one in particular could set things up to basically make it impossible to beat in the turn limit if you got unlucky. As for presentation, while there are signs of the budget limitations of being an indie release, I think this is one of the strongest areas of the game because of the distinctive art design of the game. The game has a clear anime inspiration for its design, and its colorful version of this horror-inspired setting helps it stand out among the games trying to evoke the same feeling. The character designs are incredibly diverse and filled with personality, while the enemies have great designs as well. It did take me a bit to adjust to the whole character models not having faces experience, but it was a quick adjustment time. The character portraits more than make up for it with how detailed and expressive they are. The soundtrack has a mix of eerie music along with some more relaxed ones for the hangout times, plus some engaging battle themes. The composers really put a lot of thought into how each piece would fit in with the story and setting, and I appreciate when composers do that because it enhances the overall experience. While there is risk that it could get repetitive given the length of the game versus the length of the soundtrack, I think the game keeps you moving so quickly through it that the music doesn't wear out its welcome. For UI and UX, the UI is well done with good information presentation, especially in battle, so you understand all that the game is trying to tell you. Yes, don't stand in that spot. You will be in trouble if you do. The developers are steadily patching out bugs, but I did encounter two myself. One, a crash from before the official release, and the second, an NPC that had dialogue that I simply could not reach by any means. They were completely stuck away from me. I hope they continue to work to smooth out the game, but I didn't experience anything that took away from the overall experience. Demonschool has a lot to offer, but the core parts that interested me were the design of the world and characters, the battles that kept me going through, and an undeniable sense of love and charm from the writing. I think if that sounds like a good time to you, then you should check out Demonschool. Thank you to Stride PR for a coverage code for the game. If you enjoyed, please give this video a like, comment below your thoughts on the game, and subscribe to keep up with my channel. A new year is nearly upon us, and that means some exciting videos on the horizon as well. Thank you for watching. Have a great day, and happy gaming.